मैं
आपका नाम?
गणेश गायतोंडे।
शहर के संविधान पे
शहर के सभी धन पे
शपथ लेता हूँ,
शपथ लेता हूँ,
मैं जो भी कहूँगा
मैं जो भी कहूँगा
सच कहूँगा,
सच कहूँगा,
सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं कहूँगा।
सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं कहूँगा।
हाँ जी।
Yeah, prosecution, you can continue.
Ganesh Gaitonde, you had an oxy, you had a diamond back in your pocket, you had a phone dongle in your pocket, which is violating court order as well. You have joints, 5 joints, which belong to the illegal strain. You are still not pleading guilty because
But
we
ma'am,
have clear evidences of your
क्लॉड पाइथन बोला।
I'm sorry, I referred to the wrong evidences, I suppose. But yeah, I will like to retract that statement. I'll repeat the evidences that we found from your pocket. Again, oxy, that too 10 quantities of that, 5 joints of illegal strain, a diamond back, that is class 1 firearm, illegal class 1 firearm, and a phone dong, again, violating a court order.
मैं मेरे पास फोन डोंगल थी और डीबी थी और बस, बाकी पता नहीं।
आपके पास ऑक्सी भी है सर?
वो तो पैरासीटामोल है, वो थोड़ा स्ट्रेस होता रहता है ना, कभी कभार टेंशन हो जाता है।
नहीं सर, वो पैरासीटामोल नहीं है, वो ऑक्सीटोसिन है।
यस मैम, वो डिब्बी तो ऑक्सी की थी,
तो
बट वो अंदर गोलियां रखी थी।
क्योंकि ये आप एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हो कि ये आप सब आप एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हो कि ये सारी चीजें आपके पास थी।
डीबी के बारे में पता, और मैम बाकी तो याद नहीं आ रहा मेरे को इतना कुछ खास।
Your Honor, he just accepted the fact that yes, he did have those oxytocin in his pocket. He accepted the fact that he had this illegal firearm in his pocket. He also accepted the fact that he had those joints in his pocket as well. So he's basically pleading to the charges that have been put on him.
Your Honor, objection.
Yes.
मेरा client जो है, he's not very familiar with the court procedures, and I think it's his first time.
You can take a side bench
what
for
my
5
client?
minutes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Since you gave the PD 10-15 minutes, I would
request please, 5 minutes. No issues. I also can see.
Thank you so much. Gun, oxy और stolen items, इन तीन चीजों के लिए तुम प्लीड गिल्टी कर रहे हो कि हाँ ये तुम्हारे पास थे, इसके लिए हम मानते हैं कि ये हमारे से हुआ है, बस दैट्स इट। इसके अलावा जो भी चार्जेस हैं, जो अटेम्प्टेड मर्डर, ये वो आई विल प्रूव इट रॉन्ग, चार्जेस के लिए नहीं।
समझ गया
गणेश। फोकस, मैंने तुम्हें बोला था फोकस बेटे, फोकस। वेयर इज द फोकस?
सर एक
हाँ फोकस,
एक मिस्टेक हो गई है।
मेरे घर पे रेड नहीं करी उन्होंने,
और इनके घर पे करी, और अभी तो स्टेफन का नाम कहीं था ही नहीं, इनका नाम दे दिया इन्होंने, जगेश का।
हाँ,
फिर नई रिपोर्ट बना ली।
मेरा फाइन, और इन्होंने हमारा फाइन भी काटा है 40,000 वापस जेल में, जब सेल्स में इन्होंने हमको 4
फोकस।
Alright, possession of stolen goods.
गणेश, तुम्हारे पास जो भी कोई स्टोलन गुड्स वगैरह, फोन डोंगल, ये सब तो बता दो।
हाँ, वो फोन डोंगल लिया,
उसके लिए तुम प्लीड गिल्टी करते हो, हाँ या नहीं?
हाँ,
जवाब दो।
Felony possession of controlled dangerous substances, oxy.
गणेश, तुम्हारे पास ऑक्सी थी, हाँ, उसके लिए तुम प्लीड गिल्टी करते हो?
हाँ, डब्बे में डोलो 650, यस।
हाँ, नेक्स्ट चार्ज।
Okay. Criminal possession of firearm class 1.
आपके पास कोई हैंड पिस्टल वगैरह कुछ भी थी आपके पास, उसके लिए आप प्लीड गिल्टी करते हो, हाँ या ना?
हाँ, डायमंड बैग, या।
ओके।
Criminal use of firearm.
क्या आपने वो गन किसी गलत मतलब से या इलीगल तरीके से चलाने की कोशिश की?
नहीं।
क्या उस ठीक है,
किसी को मारा वारा कुछ नहीं किया। यप,
ठीक है।
So he's not pleading for this charge, okay? Remember that.
Yes.
All right. Cultivation of marijuana.
क्या आप मैरिजुआना, जो कि गांजा होता है हिंदी में, उसकी खेती करते हैं?
नो,
आप उसके लिए प्लीड गिल्टी कर रहे हैं?
ना।
ओके।
attempted murder of a government employee.
क्या आपने किसी गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय जो कि यहाँ पे पीडी हैं उनकी जान लेने के मकसद से लाइक जान लेने की कोशिश की? हाँ या नहीं?
शिव 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 नहीं 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 ना 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 ना
Okay, next.
That's it. These are all the charges on Mr. Ganesh.
So yeah, you prosecute him on the charges which is not pleading guilty now.
All right. First, I'll come to the charge that he denied, that is criminal use of firearm. Mr. Ganesh Gaitonde's GSR was tested positive on CSR. So him denying the fact that he never used the firearm is complete. कौन सी गन चलाई थी?
Diamondback.
Sir, he's actually in front of the whole court. He's accepting the fact that he has used the fire.
हाँ तो डिफेंस में चलाई थी वो जानवर को डराने के लिए.
I'm just making a sir, just making a.
I understand what you're saying, but you have not
and he's
ended
also
that
accepting the
charge,
fact that he's accepting the fact that he did use that fire GSR test. So the GSR testing, it works like from what I have been explained by the high commands of the police. GSR is tested positive only for a small while.
उन्होंने मेरा इलाज कराया और उन्होंने ही बताया.
आप बेहोश हो गए थे, आपको कैसे पता चला कि वो वही लेके गया?
अस्पताल लेके गए, उन्होंने इलाज कराने के बाद बताया मैडम कि मैं था जिसने तुम्हें पेल दी.
Are you sure about it?
Yes.
He said that.
कसम से.
Okay. So that would be it from my side for Mr. Ganesh Gaito.
Yeah, defense you can go ahead and cross Ganesh.
हाँ सर बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. यहाँ पे जीएसआर का एक बात हुई थी, करेक्ट योर ऑनर?
यस सर.
सो जीएसआर मुझे यह था कि एग्जैक्टली आई मीन योर ऑनर, लाइक इफ यू डोंट माइंड, आपको काफी नॉलेज होगी बिकॉज आपके पास तो ऐसे काफी सारे केसेस आए होंगे, राइट? सो मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि जीएसआर एग्जैक्टली बताता क्या है? एक बार लाइक इफ यू कैन टेल द कोड.
It's normally a gun residue it shows, and if there is a forensic expert, if they have sent that gun to the forensic expert, he can know exactly if that the same gun residue of that gun which is found on his hand and the ammunition that is the has to match.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. सो सिंपल भाषा में ये बता देता हूँ, ये जो जीएसआर टेस्ट है बेसिकली ये बताता है कि इस बंदे ने कोई फायरआर्म चलाया है या नहीं. Am I right, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Now the charge coming into picture is.
Wait. It also इसने gun वो gun चलाया है वो
बिल्कुल
वो forensic expert को बताना है.
We totally agree. जिस गन से चलाया और जो गन चलाई है, इससे हमें पता चल जाता है कि ये इन्होंने गन चलाई है और कौन सी गन चलाई है ये भी पता लग जाता है. That is correct. Totally correct. Now coming on to the big picture, criminal use of a firearm. All right.
Okay.
The best part about this is क्या गनशॉट रेजिड्यू हमें ये बताता है कि ये जो भी गन चलाई है या जिस बंदे ने चलाई वो क्रिमिनल इंटेंशंस की वजह से चलाई है? क्या वो टेस्ट ये बता सकता है योर ऑनर?
नहीं वो नहीं बता सकता.
ऑल राइट,
वो उनको प्रूव करना पड़ेगा.
श्योर. कमिंग ऑन टू माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन मिस्टर गणेश.
यस सर.
ये जो पूरा जो भी दुर्घटना हुई है, मैं दुर्घटना ही बोलूंगा इसे.
यस.
ये कहाँ पे हुई है?
सर हमारे घर के बाहर से हो रही थी, घर के अंदर तक.
ऑल राइट. सो बेसिकली आपके घर पे यू नो लाइक आपकी परमिशन या आप जहां पे जितने लोग रहते हैं वहां पे आपकी परमिशन के बिना कोई घुस रहा था, करेक्ट?
यस सर. जब हमने वार्तालाप की तो ऑफिसर ने हमें बोला कि हम आपको कुछ नहीं बताएंगे और हर हमारी प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी में वो अंदर आ गए. हमारे दोस्त को कफ कर दिया.
थैंक यू सो मच सर. योर ऑनर, आई मीन टू द कोर्ट एज वेल, लाइक एक्चुअली हम ह्यूमंस की एक बेसिक इंस्टिंक्ट है जिस घर में हम काफी टाइम से रहते हैं.
Objection please. Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, he's contradicting his statement. He clearly mentioned the fact that he heard the gunshots. He went on the rooftop of the building and he was shot.
Wait.
Never mentioned the fact that he had a conversation with any of the officers.
Okay. मैं कुछ बोल सकता हूँ?
Now he's contradicting himself.
नहीं रुको.
मैं I'm just talking about जो पूरी दुर्घटना हुई है वहां पे. मैं गणेश से बस ये पूछ रहा हूँ जो वहां पे पूरी दुर्घटना हुई वो किस जगह पे हुई? That's all.
No, you proceed.
So मेरे अकॉर्डिंग यहाँ पे जो क्रिमिनल यूज ऑफ फायर आर्म है, आई डोंट थिंक सो इट वाज यूज्ड with any criminal intentions. It was used basically to defend a place where the police was entering without their permission.
So you are telling me to refer to his constitutional right of self-defense in his private property?
Absolutely, sir.
A contradiction again. A contradiction again, sir. His lawyer, if his lawyer is accept fact that these guys actually did, Mr. Ganesh Gaitonde denied the fact that he never shot a bullet.
He never. His lawyer never. No, his lawyer never said about Ganesh Gaitonde. He is trying to say that the civilians who stay there, who have been right now been prosecuted, he's talking about them. On that basis,
sir,
he gave
so
the
then
statement.
every statement that Mr. Ranvijay said that it would be a hearsay because he is not specifically mentioning the fact that who did and who did not.
Listen,
yes,
listen,
sir,
listen.
it would be definitely
Listen,
hearsay,
listen,
sir.
Listen
This
to
is-
one very basic.
A general statement is not a statement that a court should be accepting, Your Honor, I feel.
You understand one basic factor, Vivi. Constitutional rights have been for every citizen of the state. A lawyer can tell the court which constitutional right has been violated. Now that right you can't take over from them. You understand that? He's
I
been only
understand that.
referring to the court to just look into that right. Yeah,
Sir,
it is your right also. You can also refer to a constitutional right to us in the trial. We will take down, we'll note it down, and then we'll see where it can be applied.
Sir, absolutely, I will do that in future.
Any more questions?
No, sir, absolutely.
It's okay. Ganesh, you can go and rest. So your next witness, Miss Vivi.
अच्छा मेरे में क्यों आ रहे हो?
Just a minute.
गणेश बैठ जाओ आके तुम
उसके पहले आप मुझे
करके एकदम
लिसन मी आउट बाबू, अब मतलब सर आप मुझे तोड़े उसके पहले मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, मैंने बोला हमने बात करने की कोशिश की, मतलब हमारे दोस्तों के साथ, मैं वहाँ नहीं था।
गणेश तुम
बाद में बताया हमारे दोस्तों ने।
बैठ जाओ अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट फैक्ट कि ये रेसिड्यू से सिर्फ ये पता चल रहा है कि गणेश गायतोंडे ने एक फायरआर्म चलाया जो फायरआर्म उनके पास था। इसके अलावा कैन वी फाइंड एनी अदर थिंग रिगार्डिंग दैट? मतलब इसके अलावा और कोई हमें इन्फो नहीं मिलती है, जस्ट दैट कि उन्होंने चलाया और वो फायरआर्म किस गन से चला। इज दैट करेक्ट?
we get when he fires a bullet we get gun shells and the projectiles which will be on the walls and everything.
So, and before you were shot, did you saw the suspect who shot you?
I did see the suspect, ma'am.
Can you identify that person? Identify that person later.
I identified the person later when I went through the mugshots, ma'am.
Okay. So what was this person wearing?
The person was essentially topless, but had cargo shorts, yellow cargo shorts, I believe those are called, or bicycle.
So, Your Honor, we have a witness, a live witness who was actually shot down, who was on brink of death. Mr. Ganesh Gaitonde indeed attempted murder of a government employee.
मैंने तो ग्रीन चड्डा पहना था और जब मैं वहाँ पहुँचा ऑलरेडी डाउन ही था, मैंने तो मारा ही नहीं।
Do you have anything else to add on to the shootout?
Yeah.
About the shootout?
Relax.
No, ma'am.
हमारी बारी आने दो।
Okay.
From my side.
और मैंने ग्रीन शॉर्ट्स पहने थे।
Okay. Defense lawyer, you can cross-examine the officer.
Officer Sahaj, क्या हाल है?
I'm doing well, sir.
हाँ, so आप ये जो
No, sir. I think only one of
आपने
them
अभी
went
बताया
forward.
मुझे that you got a call for a backup and आप लोग पीडी में एकदम तैयार हो रहे थे full.
The reason for that,
बातचीत
sir,
करने के लिए इतना
that
कुछ?
yes, sir. The reason for that was that area was highly, what do you say, very high chances of officers getting shot, and there have been multiple reports in the past, multiple incidents in the past where officers have
बताएंगे
been
वो
shot.
incidents please.
Sir, I've already mentioned this.
A lot of incidents.
Really sorry to
a lot of
interrupt, Your Honor. Just to save the time of the court, I have already mentioned this incidents in the beginning trial.
No, the officer.
कितने incidents
see,
हैं?
wait. Vivichan, see, What you have said, okay, that's okay, everything good, incidents, everything. Now, the officers says multiple incidents. Whenever you speak in the court, you should know that people will ask you for evidences for that, any word of it. So that's what the lawyer is asking him. So he might be knowing some incidents, right? To be confident enough to say that multiple incidents.
People, मतलब क्या? People कौन?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance to the case.
Are relevance? I think he only brought up the point.
That's what I'm telling you, lawyer.
Miss Vivi?
It's officer what he's saying is asking him to clarify those things.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this जो आपका होनार officer A point लेके आया बड़ा मैं like अचंभित हूँ like I'm just surprised इतना hostile area इन्होंने पहले ही उसको declare कर दिया था तो I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. ठीक है continue. फिर तो बहुत ही हॉस्टाइल टेरिटरी में आप एंटर कर रहे थे तो इसलिए फुल हथियारों के साथ लैस वैस होके आया वहां पे पहुंचे और फिर क्या किया आपने? I mean बातचीत करने गए थे of course.
Well, we hope that you know we would have more friendly conversation and we would actually finish our objective without firing any single shot.
What was this objective? इतना बड़ा आपको जिम्मेदारी दी गई objective
planted.
Okay.
So there were wheat plants planted inside and those all wheat plants were
all right. Point to be noted, Your Honor. Coming on to the one of the major important points. Let's look at the charge sheet that was submitted to the court. Can you see जो वहाँ पे can you see a plant which is towards the right side of the chalkboard?
Yeah.
Can you जहाँ पे आप खड़े हैं वहाँ से आप देख के बता सकते हैं कि वो प्लांट कौन सा है?
नहीं अंदाजे से कुछ भी बोल सकता हूँ मैं but I can't say that that plant is that plant only till I might be close to.
ये डिस्टेंस कितना होगा? मैक्सिमम 20 फीट.
हाँ.
और एक चॉपर रोड के ऊपर से कम 500 फीट ऊपर उड़ता है. एटलीस्ट 500 फीट. एंड हमारे चील की आंखों वाले ऑफिसर्स ने 500 फीट की ऊंचाइयों से एयरवन पेट्रोल करते करते इन्होंने पता लगा लिया कि एक प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी के अंदर वीट प्लांटेशन लगे हुए हैं.
ओके.
टैलेंट तो है. ऐसे ऑफिसर्स आई थिंक अगर ओलंपिक्स में जाए तो लाइक शूटिंग में काफी अच्छे मेडल्स ला सकते हैं. सो बिफोर द कॉन्वर्सेशन यू टोल्ड, आप जो बता रहे हैं कि आपको जब ये जो ऑफिसर था बात करने गया था उससे पहले यू सेड दैट पुलिस वर ऑलरेडी वहां पे काफी वेपन्स के साथ ऑलरेडी मौजूद थी, करेक्ट? लाइक दे वर ऑलरेडी सेटिंग अप. आप जो कह रहे हैं
we did set yes we did set
you
up
did
just
set
in
up.
case, you know,
just in case
this all escalates into a shootout.
Where did you find this phone dongle?
I just bought it from the store, mobile store where I get my mobile.
Which one? Which store did you buy it?
Digital then.
Do you have any receipt or any transaction receipt?
Might be like I bought it like 1.5 months ago, I guess. I have to check.
All right. Sir, if you check the, I'm pretty aware of the inventory that Digital 10 carry. And the phone dongle is not on the inventory. Okay, so you did shoot it in order to hurt the police officer. That's what you're saying, right?
Not to hurt, but just for my life to be safe. Yeah, I shoot in my self-defense.
But what did you expect as an outcome of that shooting? You shot a bullet to somebody. What do you expect the outcome to be? The person to be hurt, right? So what did you expect this an outcome of shooting a bullet from this firearm?
At that point, my only outcome was to save my own life. That's it.
And how will your life be saved?
Of course, by my weapon. I pull out my weapon for my self-defense.
Firearms that were found on this person is class 2 firearm, a class 2 firearm, but not just a class 1, an illegal class 2 firearm at that, which Mr. Damon does not have a license. He intended for the officers to be hurt, and So even if he does not apparently plead guilty, he's just accepting to all these charges.
No.
Objection. He's not accepting to the
There's no criminal
charges.
intent.
There is a difference, Miss Vivi.
He's saying self-defense, right?
Yes, sir, but he is accepting to the fact that he shot a bull, he hurt a police officer. Criminal use of a fire. So what is a criminal use of a fire? To hurt somebody with a fire. That is the criminal use of firearm.
The intent is to hurt somebody with a firearm, okay, a loss of life or whatever it is. Now for him, he's trying to tell us that he has shot the firearm in self-defense.
Objection, Your Honor. Criminal use of a firearm is using a firearm to abet a felony or a crime. यहाँ पे he was not abetting any felony or crime.
He was short words to hurt someone with the intent.
Yes, so he is making his intent clear that he was intended.
Self-defense definition is something. That's what I'm talking.
Objection, relevant, sir. My client has already pleaded guilty to the criminal possession of firearm charge. What is Miss Vivi trying to establish it?
This person had a weapon license. This person was issued a legal weapon to use for self-defense. But no, he did not use government issued weapon. He used a criminal weapon over here, sir.
Objection, sir. Relevance. My client has already pleaded guilty to the criminal possession of class 2 weapon on him.
Sir, I think.
No, wait. Ranvijay Singh, I know what she's trying to clarify. Miss Vivi, you are trying to tell me that he was using an illegal gun. That means it was not for a self-defense.
Yes, Your Honor, exactly.
No. You are mistaken here. There are two different sections. That's the reason for that.
Okay, sir.
Class 2 weapon section, possession is accepted. Self-defense, just because you are not legally given to you, doesn't take away your right of self-defense. Remember this, Miss Vivi.
Exactly. That's why there are two charges.
It doesn't mean. ऐसे मैं एक example देता हूँ आपको. Constitutional right देता है इधर हमको self defense करने के लिए.
Criminal use and criminal possession. That's why there are two charges, man.
घूम सकते हैं सिटी में अपने self defense के लिए. और दूसरा right देता है कि कोई भी trespassing करेगा मेरे property में तो मैं उसको fire कर सकता हूँ. Okay, with giving a warning or without giving a warning. That allows him to fire thinking they are trespassing. ये हमारा constitutional rights होते हैं. अभी उसमें वो एक I'll give you an example like समझो ये बंदा कोई बंदा रास्ते पे चल के जा रहा है, वो घर पे है अपने और एक चोर घुसता है उसके घर पे. उस टाइम पे might be he had a weapon which is not legalized by the state department or the law department. वो सोच के अगर उसने self defense नहीं किया तो उसकी जान जाएगी. So that cannot apply. You understand that? That period of time he has to do his self defense. He will face consequences.
Sir, you see, he is accepting that he saw his friend get arrested and he was actually defending himself against an arrest. This is a criminal intention, sir, and not self-defense. He's accepting to the facts.
I didn't accept it. I said he was pointing the gun at me. I was barehanded.
My client is already saying that, first of all, he and the guys who are living there, जो कि suspects हैं, मैं suspects तो नहीं बोलूँगा, I think I'll call them victims. They asked, अगर if you really want to enter this private property, you need to show us a warrant because this is a private property for sure. And they declined it, saying that it's our job and let them do our job. This, along with the officers pointing gun at them, I mean, this clearly gives a total right for my client to, put up his firearms for self-defense. So, Miss Vivi Chan is saying that they were in all their uniforms and they were in all their cop cars, police cars. Okay. But, sir, I have been pulled over, a couple of times. And जब भी मैं बोलता हूँ कि या मैं पीडी पुलिस स्टेशन में कई बार गया हूँ एक्चुअली. And जब मैं बोलता हूँ कि I am Mr. Ranvijay Singh, I work as a lawyer, the first thing they ask is, can you show us your identity card? I say, भाई मेरे पास लॉ की डिग्री है, मैं लॉयर हूँ, मेरा नाम रणविजय सिंह है, देखो मेरी गाड़ी है, वहाँ पे उसका तुम नंबर प्लेट चेक कर सकते हो. बट they insisted बार बार कि can you please show us your identity card? Only then we'll be able to verify that you are Mr. Ranvijay Singh. So wearing uniforms, driving police cop cars is not a sign that they are police officers. If a citizen is asking for their identification, it's the duty of the police officer to show the identification.
Sir, this
which is their
all
badge.
hearsay that Mr. Ranvijay is saying, because we never accepted to the fact that they did not.
You never
identify
denied
the
it even.
yes, never even questioned. I never, because you never asked me, right? You never asked
No,
me. I was
come on,
just
it's not like
completing
that.
and
Are you
had an
denying the
objection,
fact? You are denying the fact, right, Miss Vivi?
Which fact? Yes, sir.
You're denying the fact that Ranvijay Singh, whatever is saying that.
Yes, sir. This is a
Hearsay. You are saying it's a hearsay. You are saying that the officers identified themselves, presented their cards, and entered the property, right?
I am denying to the fact that Mr. Ranvijay Singh is making an assumption that the officers never identified themselves.
Yes, I know, but you are accepting that the officers identify themselves. That's what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So to enter the property, you also must be knowing that the officers required to enter the property with proper valid search warrant to even search something or even an arrest warrant. Yeah. So they entered there for investigation. Did they tell those people that they have entered for investigation, or did they took a prior permission from DOJ to go for any private place to investigate?
They did not take a prior permission from the DOJ.
Okay, no problem. There was a lapse on that. Otherwise, they have done everything you're saying. They have identified
Yes,
themselves.
sir.
They have shown their ID.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Absolutely, sir.
Yeah.
If you are government officials and you are actual police officers, please, show us any warrant that you want to enter into this private property. And since ये सारी चीजें नहीं हुई वहां पे, and police tried to trespass, and they even arrested, I would say cuffed one of the suspects. And yes, that if someone is trespassing into a private property, they have all the right to take necessary actions. So आपने बोला कि आप वहां पे पूरे मकसद से पूरा हौसले बुलंद करके गए थे वीट प्लांट्स डिस्ट्रॉय करने, करेक्ट?
यस सर।
एंड वो वीट प्लांट्स आपको हेलीकॉप्टर में जो 2 ऑफिसर्स बैठे थे उनको उड़ते उड़ते दिखे?
यस सर।
Do you have any forensic report that those were actual wheat plants?
Those were wheat plants, sir. We have forensics on them.
Helicopter से?
On the report?
No, I'm just asking. Like forensic के लिए तो आपको वहाँ पे जाना पड़ता ना उसको इन्वेस्टिगेट करने के लिए. बट आप तो वहाँ पे फुल हौसले बुलंद करके उखाड़ने गए थे क्योंकि आपको पहले से ही पता था वो wheat plants हैं. तो वही मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, जब आपको पहले से ही पता था वो wheat plants हैं, so that is what I'm. How did you get to know about it?
Okay, so
by power of observations?
Well, you can say yes.
All right, point to be noted, Your Honor.
Sir, let me clarify.
No, you don't need to clarify. That's all I want to ask, Sehjgil. It's okay. I don't need clarification.
Elaborate more.
Do it, which legally police should not do it, but they can do it, is the dispensaries.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there are 2 people who actually does that. So your expertise is not important. You might be a wildlife guy. Your expertise with animals and plants. You are not a botany guy, or neither your expertise in your officer. Your job is to prosecute people and to make crime less. That's it. Yeah, continue. Proper के photographs से आप forensics नहीं कर सकते.
And that part, sir. That is.
Yeah.
That
फोटो से फोरेंसिक नहीं होता है ना. आपको मैंने आपसे एक क्वेश्चन भी पूछा था इसलिए कि आप लोग इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग करने के लिए, तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने के लिए गए थे, तो प्लांट को डिस्ट्रॉय क्यों करना था? प्लांट को कॉन्फिस्केट करना था ना.
We take
वही पूछ रहा था मैं आपसे.
Samples and then we destroy the other ones.
No. Your collecting of the sample should be everything. First गलती है आप लोगों की कि आपने परमिशन नहीं दिया है प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी में जाने के लिए. सेकंड, आप लोग का इन्वेस्टिगेशन में आपको वो चीज होनी बनती है कि अच्छा हम लोग इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रहे हैं देखने के लिए रियली मारिजुआना प्लांट है, तो आप तो माइट भी उसका सैंपल ले सकते थे, नहीं तो उसका उस टाइम पे क्लोज फोटो ले सकते थे प्रॉपर्ली, एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स शुड हैव डन. Did you all do that?
You have a close photo.
Yeah, you all have a close photo, right? Now
Yes,
you all
sir, we do
destroyed
have
the
a close
plants.
photo.
No.
Yes, sir.
You all must be having some evidence for it. You all destroyed the plants.
We took samples of 2-3 plants and we destroyed the other ones.
Now let me ask you one thing. Are you a judge?
No, sir.
So how did you destroy the plant? Did you get a court order to destroy the plants?
I'm not aware of the court order that was given to destroy the plant.
No, I'm asking you. You can confiscate the plants and keep it with you. If court tomorrow says they are legal plants, you give it back to them, whatever you removed or whatever, compensation will be paid to them. But court tomorrow says, yes, it is illegal, then you will destroy it after that.
Jagesh Kumar.
Why were the properties of Mr. Jagesh Kumar raided as well when he was not in one of the prime suspects that were caught? And Your Honor,
Sir,
you can check in the...
Sir, I was not part of the raid. I cannot accept or deny those facts.
All right.
Okay. The raid is asked for these 7 guys, right? Then how can you raid someone else?
Sir, it's mentioned in the document. The additional information.
No. That is a blunder now. I will be blowing the officers who made that document. That is telling lies to the judge. You are telling the judge that I want to raid 7 individuals, but you are listing properties of other people. That's a lie to the court. Why wasn't it written there that we are raiding 8 individuals? And why it should be defined there, no? That 7 individuals were arrested on the scene and 1 individual we were investigating. You all already conducted. Did you all conduct any raid on that person's property?
On which person's property? Jagesh Kumar, right?
The guy whose name is not here.
Yes, sir.
Then a blunder has already taken place.
Okay, sir, that's fine. I understand the
No,
mistake.
that's not fine.
No, sir. I mean, like, I understand the mistake.
It's a grave mistake by the police. Big mistake. There was already one mistake which I could understand, that you all entered a property without asking the DOJ, assuming it's a public property. Okay, that was a grave mistake first. In that, now the accused got a chance to say that it's a self-defense, which the constitutional right allows him. If any trespassers come inside the property, they can fire any on them.
Yes, sir.
Thinking anything, that they are robbers or anything. That's their justification. Here what has happened, the judge is thinking these properties belong to these 7 people. That's the reason he is issuing you the raid. Because judge doesn't have a time to go and check that whose house is what. He accepts that the police are faithful to him, law and order. That's the reason with that faith, he is accepting that raid. But it is a scrutinized. Raids are scrutinized in the court later on when the evidence is come. But now when we are scrutinizing, we are coming to know that the police have taken a raid which they have not listed, and the judge doesn't know about those things. He doesn't know these houses belong to someone else.
Okay, sir, I understand your point.
That's the whole point here. You can't do those things. That makes you all arrogant, and the civilians then leave the faith on you all. They think you guys are also prosecuting and also the judging on the whole thing and deciding on their crime. In a democracy, it is not like that. Deciding of the crime is somebody else's job and prosecuting is somebody else's job. That happens might be in a dictatorship or autocracy, but not in a democracy. Only which are not pleaded guilty. The charges which are pleaded guilty, that those can be processed now. This Mr. Jagesh Kumar, the raid which has happened on his apartments, whatever was recovered from those things has to be returned back. And that case won't be a part of it, but still the police will have a chance to further investigate that person if they have evidences and ask a raid or whatever arrest warrant or search warrant on a proper procedure from DOJ. The case is urgent, guys.